I am presenting one model which is a combination of what we call the human field theory and inner presence. Second one is on Ashtalakshmi. Can I have the human field? Yeah. See, there are 4 human manifest fields based on our Vedic and Indic wisdom. We look at that. First is the entropic field, which is the avidya kshetram. Now, this is characterized by a sense of separation, me versus the other, primarily, and it is governed by fear, anger, disgust, and distraction. These are the navarasas I am describing. So this you can see Bhayanaka, Raudra, Bibhatsa, and Adbhuta. Adbhuta distracts. The next kshetra is the enlivening field or dharma kshetra. Why we are calling it the enlivening field? Dharma is an action or a state where you enliven yourself, you enliven others, and you enliven the context. That's the definition of dharma we are following. That's why it's called dharma kshetra. It is characterized by a sense of connectedness. So me versus other, we get into me and the other. And it is governed by love, compassion, and joyous yearning, which is Shringara, Karuna, and Hasya. The next field is Dhyana Kshetra, or the coherent field. And it is characterized by stillness. And the rasa involved is the Shanta rasa, which is the anchored in peace and tranquility. The deepest field is the Sachidananda Kshetra, which is the generative field. It is characterized by transcendental bliss, and it is anchored in ecstasy and silence. So if you see, the progress is from inner cacophony and inner fragmentation at the avidya kshetram to inner harmony in the enlivening field or dharma kshetram to inner peace in the dhyana kshetram and then into inner silence in the Sachidananda kshetram. Now we will move into a 4 Shakti model. Now, how do you move from avidya kshetram, which is most of us are operating with a combination of avidya and dharma kshetra. Few of us may be able to operate from the dhyana kshetra, if not fully, at least in parts of our existence. So let's see what is the model which can help us to move from avidya kshetra anchorage to dhyana kshetra anchorage. Sachidananda kshetra is fairly beyond regular affairs. So this is the Vedic Indic cosmos. First you have what's called the Chit Shakti, which is the energy of consciousness. Then you have the Ichha Shakti, we can call it the energy of feeling or energy of aspiring. Then you have the Jnana Shakti, which is the energy of thinking or knowing. And you have the Kriya Shakti. Now you have Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti. If we are operating only there, then we are in avidya kshetra. If Chit Shakti starts illumining and informing our regular triangle of Ichha, Kriya, and Jnana Shakti, then we start moving into dharma kshetra, then into dhyana kshetra. Now, our conceptualization of this is using a tetrahedron. I'll move into that. So if you look at energy of consciousness, energy of feeling, thinking, and energy of doing, this is a tetrahedron being described in 2 dimensions. Now, if you have to move, we need 6 practices, which are the 6, say, edges of the tetrahedron. You have Yama, Niyama, and Tapas. Yama and Niyama, 5 Yamas, 5 Niyamas, I'm not going into description. Tapas is essentially asana pranayama. This is the inner triangle, which keeps us all the time going. Then you have Pratyahara as the 4th practice. Then you have Dhyana, and we have Nishkamya Karma. So if you have these 6 practices are required to move from the avidya kshetra to the inner So yamas are basically boundary disciplines which many have described. How do we engage with the others? Niyama is about inner cleansing and shaucha and all that. Tapas is increasing the vital energy through pranayama as well as asana. Pratyahara is redirecting the energy, withdrawing the energy from conditioned state and enlivening unconditioned newer possibilities. Dhyana is sustained attention, and you have nishkamya karma, which has been described by many speakers, which is dispassionate action. Now, if you look at these, we have looked at 4 vertices, 6 edges, then we see which are the facets. There are 4 facets of this tetrahedron. Now, so this whole thing is called inner presence. One component of the inner presence is loving and caring presence. Then you have tranquil and witnessing presence. Then you have compassionate and nurturing presence. And you have joyous acting, acting with joyous presence. The first one is called Sakhi Bhava. Second one is Sakshi Bhava. Third one is Madhur Bhava. And the fourth one is Kartru Bhava. So you have 4 Shaktis, 6 practices, and 4 manifestations are the Bhavas. Bhava is the enlivening field level. The same thing, if you go into Sakhitvam, Sakshitvam, Madhrutvam, and Kartrutvam, we are moving into the Dhyana Kshetra level. Now, from Avidya Kshetram to Dharma Kshetram to Dhyana Kshetram, then even deeper, it depends on the depth and duration of the immersion and transformation. Now, the deepest level is healing. So if we can go to the deepest level, we can look at healing as the way we want to touch healing profession. So which is Chitta Vaidyas, Chitta Vidya and Chitta Vaidyas. Chitta Vidya is Antaranga Yoga, and Chitta Vaidyas are those practitioners who follow that. Then Acharyas on the education level, coaching, Rajagurus, and leading is Rajarishis. We heard about Rajaguru and Rajarishi. This is the model. A healer can be a facilitator or a faculty, which is that Sahaja. Healer can be a Sahaja for the Acharyas, and then Acharyas can be the Sahaja for coaches. Coaches can be the Sahaja people for the leading or leaders. This is one thing. And if you look at inner presence and leadership and organization development, you can look at the possibilities are personal growth and transformation, regenerative solutions. Regenerative solution is, we have what's called a triadic dialogue. If you have inner dialogue, Kartru Bhava, Sakshi Bhava, and Sakhi Bhava, we have a triadic dialogue. Trikona Samvada, a regenerative solution can emerge. We also have a Chadushkona Samvada, which is a quadratic dialogue, where you have Sakhi Bhava, Sakshi Bhava, Kartru Bhava, and Madhur Bhava coming alive. If we can configure the conversations and say, if we can build containers in programs or otherwise, then these regenerative solutions based on these bhavas are possible. So this is the first part. How much time do you have?
1.5 minutes.
Okay, I will be quick on the next one. The second model is called the Ashtalakshmi framework. Yeah. There are 8 Lakshmis. Mahalakshmi is, though Mahalakshmi is what we know, there are 8 parts. See, the essential idea is the ancient wisdom is all about pluralism. We have 5 yamas and 5 niyamas. We didn't have 1 yama and 1 niyama. So I think pluralism is the base of bringing in inclusivity and as the map being equal to the reality. Now, so you have Adi Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Dhairya Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi. These are the corresponding wealth dimension. This is the mapping of those Lakshmis to the SDG framework. Similarly, you have Santana Lakshmi, Vijay Lakshmi, Vidya Lakshmi, and Dhana Lakshmi, again mapped to the SDGs. Now, if you look at Ashtalakshmi balancing, we have to move from corrosive, extractive approach, which is the tamasic expression of Dhana Lakshmi, to a consumptive approach, which is the Rajasic expression. Then you have responsible approach, which is the Sattviga Rajasa kind of expression. And you have what's called the sustainable and generative approach, which is this Sadguna, Sattoguna aspect of the Lakshmi. So essentially, this is like, if you are the BRSR principles, which is the business responsibility, sustainability rating principles, actually map to these Lakshmis. There are correlations. I have published a paper that can be made available if anybody is interested. Now, if you look at the focus of our conference, then we can look at how Ashtalakshmi's implication for organizational thing. So I've just mapped it, just the beginning, not too much into Adi Lakshmi, which is meaning and purpose as sources of spiritual energy. Dhanya Lakshmi is about nutrition and nourishment. Dhairya Lakshmi, which is missing in SDG. SDG, you have, some of you may be aware, there's something called inner development goals, which is being brought into supplement. So Dhairya Lakshmi comes from there. Entrepreneurial energy, risk-taking, pioneering, leading with conviction and courage. Gajalakshmi, biodiversity, eco-diversity. Santana Lakshmi is all about, one is succession and pipeline. The other thing is about gender diversity, generational diversity. We talked about even reverse mentoring, and cultural diversity and ethnic diversity. Vijay Lakshmi is straightforward, achievement, confidence, fearlessness, and success. And creativity, innovation, and organizational learning is Vidya Lakshmi, which is about IP and all that also. And Dhana Lakshmi is about financial prudence and balancing in the short term and the long term. So these are the two models derived from ancient Indian wisdom and contemporized for the current realities. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.